Tata Communications, and here the news is the company held an investor day for 2025. And some of the key takeaways are, the big one is the company had a data revenue guidance of achieving 28,000 crore rupees by FY27. This aspiration has been pushed forward by 1 year. Is it a big negative? No. Because the way the company's data revenue sales were over the last 2 or 3 years, it looked pretty unachievable. So analysts are not surprised. Secondly, the positive is that they have this digital portfolio which was recording losses. Last year, in the digital portfolio, the EBITDA loss was 900 crore rupees. Now the company is saying that our goal is, without specifying a timeline, the goal is that this business will have double-digit EBITDA margins. So that is the third reason. And second reason. The third important thing is that they have monetization avenues, like land monetization. They have the data center JV, which they're looking to offload. All this is taking time, but the proceeds of that are enough to offset the negative impact, any adverse outcome which comes from the AGR case. And finally, they're still open to M&A. The company has done a few M&A. In fact, the reason why their margins have actually come off over the last couple of years is because of inorganic moves, the settling in, integration. Some of the companies like Switch, Kalera, which they'd acquired, were at low margins, but the company is still looking at, doing an M&A. They're open to it. So these are some of the key takeaways. The stock isn't reacting too much, as I said, because here the only incremental data point is the push forward of the data revenue guidance, but that doesn't come as a surprise. It was expected.
It's not significant as well, right? Because from FY27, they've just pushed it higher
forward by
1 year. So
in fact, there are some who believe that even in FY28, it looks difficult. But then the company is saying they're open to an M&A, right? So maybe that can help plug the gap.
Yeah. And even Nuvama came out with a note earlier in the day on Tata Com. They had a 2,000 rupee price target. They called it a play on the best of both worlds, calling it the stability in IT and stability in telecom and the growth potential in IT. And as a result of which, they were projecting a 2,000 rupee target on Tata Com. And hence, the initial dip was very quickly bought into. And the stock now trading 0.8% lower. So doing fairly okay for itself.
Actually, there's one more. Also remember that Tata Communications hasn't done too much. In the last, I think 1 or 2 years, if you pull up the chart, it's been going through this price consolidation. So it's not given too much of a return. So that is another reason why analysts believe that it's prime. I mean, there is upside.
Indeed, it's an interesting stock there is Tata Communications. Take a short break here on Trading Hour on the